Bert and Tom, Two Bears, One Cave, Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, took the summer off. And Two Bears, One Cave was this huge podcast when it started. I don't know how long ago was that? 10 years?
Yeah.
A long time.
One of the first big ones, right?
They've made, people were trying to, God, what would they have made? They make millions.
That was a
millions.
hot ticket we were giving away.
Really huge.
Yeah.
I would guesstimate they've made, this is hard to do. They've made at least 50 million between them on the podcast. Probably more, because Tom started YMH, Your Mom's House Podcast Network. He and Christina, his wife, do a podcast. That does big numbers. That podcast makes millions. They had Dr. Drew on there. I mean, they've made a shit ton of money. And they only use 2 faders. And they're bored. The fuckers.
How long is it?
Cocksuckers. It's like an hour long.
Oh, God, really?
So anyway, at first it was like, oh, my God, they're both so funny. And they're together for an hour every week. It's great. And everyone loved it.
There's something great about being first.
So then as time went on, became apparent that, Bert's not here this time. Tom's not here this time. So somebody's filling in. This person's filling in. That person's filling in. And then it became apparent that even when they were together, it was wildly phoned in.
Really?
They would record 6 shows at once and bank them and then put them out, a week at a time over the next 6 weeks.
Weren't they touring? Isn't that part of it?
It's part of it, but I think also it just became a job. It just became, we got to get one out every week somehow, some way. And I don't think they gave a shit about the quality. In fact, you'll hear that. They didn't give a shit about the quality. Bert didn't, at least. And the show got really lazy, and also them talking a lot about all the money they were making, because after podcasting, they got really, really rich.
They started ragging on the pores.
Yep, Tom did. And Tom liked to talk about his $100,000 watches, his car collection, all the shit.
Relatable.
And the comments got just brutal. Horrific.
You're rich, you jerk.
And a lot of people would say, I'm just here for the comments. I'm not watching the show. And it was really obnoxious. So anyway, this summer, for some reason, they're busy with something. They're like, we're going to take the summer off, and we're going to have Stavi and Chris DeStefanos fill in. And I was really familiar with Chris. He's really funny.
Stavi's one of those guys you see him, and then you'll be like, oh, yeah, I've seen that guy. I think he's
Stavi's
funny.
Great.
He's
on Tires.
Is he on
Tires? He's the boss on Tires, isn't he?
I don't know. I mean, he's done stuff with Mulaney on that, everyone's live show. No, I think he's good.
He's very funny. Yeah. He's very likable. And they kind of jumped in, and immediately they started like, what's the show about? I don't think they knew it that well. They guessed it on it. They start reading the comments, and they're like, oh, my God, everybody hates this show. And they start talking about it. And basically, they spent 8 weeks making fun of Bert, mostly, and talking about what a shitty show it was, and the show must be over. I mean, we're just basically killing the show. So, they had a lot of fun. You'll see a picture, and we'll put it on YouTube. You can see it too, of Stavi literally falling off his chair. He's laughing at Bert so hard, at him. Just laughing at him. And Bert tried to zoom in. Hey, I got a few ideas for the show today, and they were all really stupid.
Oh, good. That's good content for the other guys.
Oh, yeah. No, they totally ragged on him. So anyway, got a few cuts from their comeback. Podcast Cringe is fucking hilarious. This host is so good. He just shreds. If there's a podcast that you really can't stand and they're phoning it in, he's going to find him and he's going to tell the world about it. So he starts off with Bert's philosophy of podcasting.
Okay, here's the question. The first question is, how did you feel not having a podcast for a month, 2 months?
Fantastic.
It was amazing.
One of the best. It was the best. I would love to never do this again.
It was the greatest feeling I've ever had in my life. So funny. I've never been funnier in my entire life.
What?
When you said we need to take time off from Two Bears to do our shows, I was so defiant.
I know.
Because I'm still subscribing to that model of it's got to be released every week. It's got to be released every week. No matter if it's good or not. It doesn't matter if it's good. It's got to be released. If it's good, I don't care if it's good. Did it get released?
Don't you love that? It doesn't matter if it's good. Just get it out.
Well, that kind of explains why some of those shows sucked. Because he didn't care.
But
put no effort into it.
I can't believe how much fucking money they made, and he doesn't give a shit.
No.
So, and finally, they're quitting. I mean, their views were going down. They were getting like 1.5 million views a show, even more, and it's kind of dwindled down to like 275,000, 250, mostly hate watches, mostly shitty comments. So I think his career might be very maimed by this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he's kind of a joke now. And plus, he's connected with Rogan. A lot of people are sick of the Rogan comedians, the Rogan sphere. So, cut to. This is the podcast cringe host who's really good. His analysis of the summer replacement pod with Stabby and Chris DeStefano. And you'll see the picture of Stabby I was talking about, and we'll put it up later.
If you've been following this saga across the last few weeks on my channel, you'll know how much the guest host experiment backfired on Tom and Bert. What started off as a bit of filler content to keep the ad reads rolling over at YMH ended up exposing just how stale and lifeless this show had become. Chrissy and Stavy hosting the show in their absence turned out to be an intervention just without Tom and Bert in the room, which honestly made it so much more effective.
It's a great shot of him.
So a little more on what did 2 months off podcasting do for? First, you should know that he did the Two Bears 1 Cave. He had his own podcast. He basically did this is 3 hours of work a week, and he made, I want to say like 30 or 40 million bucks. They're making insane money. But here's a little more on what podcasting did for Bert.
Okay, here's the question. The first question is, how did you feel not having a podcast for a month, 2 months?
Fantastic.
It was amazing.
One of the best. It was the best. I would love to never do this again.
It was the greatest feeling I've ever had in my life. You know, it's so funny. I've never been funnier in my entire life. I think because I'm talking so much, I forgot what it's like to be a regular person in conversations with people and be spontaneously funny. And my stand-up, everything I thought went on stage, it didn't go into a podcast.
You should do less podcasts.
Yeah, you really should. What the fuck is he talking about? He forgot what it's like to have a conversation.
So he couldn't be spontaneous
What?
on the podcast?
3 hours a week.
What are you talking about?
And he's paid a shit ton, and he's not that funny on the podcast.
He's not that funny, period.
No.
He's kind of a goofball.
He is.
Okay to laugh at, but not. I don't want to devote a lot of time to him.
I don't
listening.
kind of get off on that shirtless fat guy thing either. It's kind of
Darn it.
I know, and actually, a lot of people do rag him for that, but that's his shtick. So,
I know, but
and honestly, this is the other thing. He brags a lot about fourth biggest tour of the year, and what he does is he stacks up like 7 huge comedians, and then he goes last.
Yeah.
And like Carl said, I went and saw the show. I'm like, oh, this is fantastic. Until Bert came on, I was like, I didn't think he was funny at all. I left after like 5 minutes.
Oh.
So. It's
I never understood, what is it, The Machine? Is that his?
Oh, God, that's the dumbest fucking thing. It's not true. It's a lie.
I think the whole thing is a lie.
Yeah,
but
and they made a
everybody
movie
loves
out of it. The movie bombed, thankfully.
I have a friend who really liked that story, and it makes me think less of his taste in comedy.
I don't know if I could respect anyone that said that, honestly.
He's had a lot of hits. This is like his big miss, which I just do not get.
Well, I don't know if you remember.
Also, Stuttering John used to do that too, where he'd get like 5 or 6 comedians to do a club, and he would take all the money, he would take all the credit, and he would MC for 2 minutes.
You know what he did too? He would play clips of his interviews with Stern. That was his part on stage.
oh, he got in trouble for that, didn't he? Big time. Yeah.
I don't. Maybe was Howard pissed about that?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
that
remember
would probably
hearing
be
him
a
be pissed
problem.
about that.
But and then he also got busted because somebody new turned up on the Stuttering John. What is the Stuttering John tour? It was called. It had another name. It wasn't particularly interesting, but anyway, the fans knew what it was, and they wanted to see all the other guys like Artie. But at one point, this new person showed up. It's like, why is this new person? Who is this guy? And it turned out he was paying John like $500 to let him do 10 minutes.
Oh,
and he sucked. And Howard busted him. Just busted him. It was like, well, you fucking idiot! How dare you?
He was paying him, and all the other guys were making kind of a pittance, weren't they?
Well, they were
It was
questioning.
Like, remember? Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot of questioning what they made, and
how
those
much
are
they were
funny
getting
stories,
versus how much he was getting. Wow.
But back to Podcast Cringe and Bert, and this is a little more analysis from the host of Podcast Cringe, who says it very well.
Bert will tell the truth about something that makes him look bad and then brag about it. He's effectively saying, taking time off made me realize how overexposed I am. I do multiple podcasts per week. It drains the energy out of me and my audience. It's completely ruined my comedy career because my stand-up routines now are just recycled podcast content. But hey, look at me. I'm still here.
Yep, look at you,
So
Bert.
fun. And then I did one podcast with Jeff Foxworthy.
Yeah.
And I was engaged and I was interested.
Yeah.
And I hadn't done one in 2 months, and I was like, I was present.
God,
What is he talking about?
baby.
So then Bert starts bragging, which he does very often. And mid-brag, he suddenly realizes he's jealous of Amy Poehler's new Top 5 podcast because it's crushing him. Here's cut 5.
So are
this
you.
is funny.
We're
I'm too.
monetized. We have sponsors. We have companies. Like, I mean, you look at like, what's her name? Amy Poehler.
Like he doesn't know her name.
Yeah.
Amy Poehler, is that her? The blonde lady? I don't mean this like shitty, but like it kind of broke my heart. She is one of the most, if not one of the top 10 female comedic actors, not just of her generation, that we'll ever know. She's one of the funniest writers, directors. She is a prolific talent. She is a prolific talent. I will never be as talented as Amy Poehler in any facility.
Yep.
And yet here she is doing a podcast. But what? Why? What are you doing?
She's trying to do a good podcast. That's what she's trying to do. She's not phoning in. It's not like the most important thing is getting it out. Who cares if it's good? That's you, not her.
It's crazy. It's almost as if more people like Amy Poehler than they like Bert. Who would have thought?
And Amy, by the way, saw people like Bert and Tom, Jason Bateman, Dax Shepard, many more making hundreds of millions in some cases. And then Bert, being a complete lather-ass, phone-it-in, lazy slob, he doesn't understand, why would she do a podcast? Oh, my God. And she's actually putting a lot into podcasting, and I think she will have a mega podcast deal. I feel very confident. For now, she'll probably, I bet she does $20 million
Isn't
this
she
year.
with somebody?
No, it's just Amy.
Oh, it is just her own thing.
It's just,
She doesn't
what is
have-
it, Good Hang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not perfect, but she's smart. She'll get it.
I'm not as fond of some of the opening parts where there are different people
I know,
asked
it's-
to, except for just recently because I don't know who they was.
I thought she would
maybe
drop
Andy or
that.
something like that. They were asking all his
She-
SNL co-stars.
She knows Andy. She doesn't need to interview 3 people about Andy before she interviews
I know,
Andy.
but this was a way to get Maya Rudolph and
There's a lot. There's too much ass kissing. I think she'll figure it out. If people are give her, but she's doing well. She's killing him for one, killing everyone. So anyway, vaulting past Bert and Tom is really getting under his skin, and podcast cringe breaks that down in the ugliest way. Cut 6.
And the whole Amy Poehler thing is straight up cope. The only thing that broke Bert's heart about seeing her new podcast is that she gets 10 times the views he does, and she's only just started it this year. Bert's so wound up by it, you can hear it in his voice. According to Bert, Amy Poehler doing a podcast is evidence that Hollywood is dead. The game has changed, as if she's the first Hollywood actor to start a fucking podcast. Bert frames it like Amy is the one having the identity crisis. What's she doing? Make fucking movies. Bro, she's just trying to cash in on those ad reads just like you and Tom. Bert was projecting so hard in that clip. He's just butthurt that a Hollywood comedian is branching out into podcasting while him and Tom are trying to get into Hollywood. We've seen him cope like this whenever Shane Gillis drops a new special or a new season of Tires or whatever the fuck it is. He starts off by giving Shane his flowers, but then tries to insert himself into the picture by claiming he discovered Shane before he got famous and put him on tour because he knew he was going to blow up before everyone else did. And he's doing the exact same thing here. He's praising Amy, saying she's got more talent than he does in every facet. Also, he can low-key brag that she's copying his formula by starting a podcast.
There's nothing unusual about her starting a podcast, but we didn't play the whole thing, but he's really acting like, what, Hollywood is so dead she had to do a podcast? She's making millions doing a podcast. She has a huge audience.
She's not the first.
But I think he's right. He's having a crisis. He can't make it in Hollywood.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, wow, she's given up too. No, she's had a lot of success, and she probably will again. So at cut 7, this is the last cut. I really don't hate or despise Bert, but what he does here makes me come very close. His partner Tom, and they've led people down this path, like Bert's having his IVs all the time, which I don't know what is that after he works out or something. I mean, it's just so weird.
Really?
And Tom has a personal chef. And they've had meals flown in from out of state and all this crazy shit, which is why a lot of people hate him because they're sick of hearing about this stuff. But Tom also lost a ton of weight. And Tom seemed a little different since he lost the weight. But even still, and Bert reveals that he's too fat to wipe his own ass. That's how he knows he weighs over 255. He can't wipe his ass. So I guess he just doesn't wipe his ass when he's over 255.
I guess a day he can afford that.
So he reveals something about Tom's weight loss that if I were Tom, I would be fucking horrified in cut 7. This is so bad.
This is what the end looks like. Two burnt-out millionaires trying to reframe their downfall as some kind of philosophical dilemma. But it seems like Bert's jealousy has no bounds. Tom lost a bunch of weight recently after he had to do a 5-day fast for a cancer screening test and basically didn't put the weight back on after dropping it. Clearly, Bert's bigger than ever. He's so bloated and red that he's surely about to pop. I mean, how much more expansion can his body take? Not dying is by far Bert's biggest achievement in life. And so now that Tom's looking like a cancer patient in remission, Bert just had to find a way to put him down.
So wait, 185. You're 185 right now. I said to everyone, and I know you probably don't want me to say this to people, but that you're getting a bunch of skin removed. And I was like, what's cool is that he's got so much hair, you'll never see the scars. And they were
cool.
like, and everyone was like, oh, yeah, you're right. You won't see the scars. I was like, that's what's great about his skin removal.
That's cool. Thanks.
Whoa.
Bert is such a dick.
And I'm so glad your podcast is over, you prick.
So are the other two guys going to keep doing it? Or?
No. That was just for 8 weeks.
Say they own it, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's their podcast. They just want to keep the ad reads going.
I got to tell you, that's pretty sweet that the two guys they had come in bagged on them the whole time.
Completely.
Oh my God.
No, and the audience loved it.
Yeah.
They did. No, they were doing better numbers than they were.
Oh, that's great. Well done.